Well, hello there. My name is HW.
And I'm Jimmy Gems.
And thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. Jim, I thought it'd be cool to do a little tip and trick today, but also give away a really cool free profile so people can actually play this one and see what it sounds like. You and me were messing around, and one thing we haven't covered, I've never covered on Tone Junkie TV, is the mouse overdrive.
Ah,
it's like
mouse.
A rat.
Right.
And rats can sound pretty cool. You know, there's like boutique rats that people pay a lot of money for, like maybe like the 1981 DRV kind of thing, kind of the softer, more refined version of that pedal. You know what I mean? But the mouse gives us another kind of like that thing in the Kemper, and I've talked so much about the green scream and the soft shaper, but the rat is actually really cool, or the mouse as we call it in Kemper world. So play clean one more time, and then I'm going to throw it on, and people can hear what it sounds like. It sounds especially good with Goldie. What's really cool about the Kemper, I think, and most of the effects in here is that pretty much all the effects have like a mix control. So like, you know, normally you don't always have that. Sometimes you have it on a tube scream or something. But like the mix at 100, like play that one more time and I'm going to play with the drive knob. So like leaving the drive like 1.5, maybe 2, sounds really good. But then, and you know, you can go dirtier or cleaner. But once you find sort of where you want the drive, you can almost make it less like aggressive by mixing it a little clean. You get another sort of flavor. It's not the exact same. It's just going cleaner on the drive knob. So here, play that one more time. I'm gonna back the mix off a bit. It almost makes it like more transparent, you know what I mean?
It's like, it gives it like a transparent kind of vibe.
Yeah. You like hear the clean guitar with it, and it doesn't sound so like...
so distorted.
Rocking, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, try like the middle position there. It's almost like the mix becomes your gain knob, kind of like the Susan and I talked about that when we were talking about the Fuzz DS, putting the Fuzz DS on 0, you know, like the cleanest setting, and then your mix, turning that down even more, sort of becomes like the gain control. But here you can almost make this like a transparent E drive.
Without having to turn the gain down.
Yeah, and it makes it not so ratty. You know, it's not like so much that pedal. Just to show people, here's the green scream for effect. Here's the there's the green scream on the Strat. Yeah, and then they stack really well, which is cool. Like I always use a soft shaper kind of as my light drive, and then I use like a green scream into it. So I've got my lighter drive, then my like green mid-rangey drive, and then when I stack those two together, it's like a third level of drive. You know, it's like my lead sound. So here's like, play a little. I'll put the mouse on, and then the mouse is on right now, and then I'll turn on the kind of a lead boost thing.
Cool.
ultra compressed.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
super,
Like
super.
ultra compressed when you use that much gain, plus you add like mid-range in front of it.
Sounds good though.
Sounds really good. Sounds really good with Goldie. And I wonder how it sounds with this guitar here. Let me try it out. I'm reaching for the bar that's not there. But it sounds good, and obviously you can hear the difference between Goldie and this thing. This thing, a lot more mid-range, a little less high-end presence roll-off, you know what I mean? Or,
A bit more fatter.
Yeah, a bit fatter, more high-end roll-off. With the mouse, of course. Just so we can see the settings there. Humbucker. They both sound like Strats, but they sound quite a bit different, don't they?
They sound different.
A lot different. We were talking about this earlier, and sometimes this comes up, you know. People feel like maybe they have a similar guitar to one they hear in a demo, and they're wondering why it doesn't sound the same, and there's...
Not every guitar's made the same.
No, and they both sound good, but this one's far fatter, more mid-rangey, and honestly, to me, when I play these tones, like, you know, something like this... little dirtier than I might normally do without it. But, you know, it sounds very stratty.
Like how it's supposed to.
But, you know, as soon as you pick up that guitar, it's instantly brighter.
Yep.
In fact, let me grab that from you. It's
different.
It's pretty different.
It's very different.
And look, this is a custom shop, very expensive guitar. You know, I'm embarrassed to say what I've paid for this thing, but if people listen to the Tone Junkie podcast, I've talked at length about what I think this guitar is worth, why I own it, and I'm romantic about it. I think this is a really, really killer guitar. But at the end of the day, it's a great Strat. That's also a really great Strat. Not quite as much money spent on this guitar, but a ton of quality in that instrument.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, this is a premium. This is sort of before the Sir Custom Classic stuff came out. There was the Classic Pro series came out. This is the Custom Classic stuff, and it's a great guitar. I mean, it's a hand-built guitar. The guy who made this guitar, John Sir, ran this company for a long time, and these team-built custom shop Strats are basically how these Sir guitars are made. The build sheets are almost identical, different specs, but man, they sound way different.
Very, very different.
If you're sitting at home going, man, I've got a high-quality Strat, how come it doesn't sound like that Strat? The challenge is this Strat is bright. It's really bright. This Strat is fat, pretty fat, in the world of Strats.
That's right.
You know? And that's just the thing. So when you're listening to something like, hey, how come my mouse overdrive sounds way brighter when you play it on this thing? Like that sounds thick, but on that thing, same 2 position, it sounded really throaty.
That's right.
Like really throaty, you know what I mean? And on the neck, it doesn't sound that sort of chime, chirp, cut through sort of thing. What a great guitar.
It's really cool. I don't even like Strats, but that sounds good.
Oh, you're on record now. That's saying, I heard you love Strats. No, but hey, that's one of the challenges of, so maybe that's the bonus trick. The first one was the mouse, and the bonus tip is, man, guitars sound wildly different. Very different. These guitars have very different feels, very different things. They both do the Strat thing that I really like. But
they're just different.
Very different.
They're just different.
Very different. Well, my name's HW. Thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV.
And I'm Jimmy Gems.
HW and Gem, out. Just buy these pickups. Just go look for, like, honestly, if you just get any Strat that plays well, I think if you spend the $300 or whatever, $400, whatever they are, for custom shop dual mag pickups. These are seriously some of the best pickups. Like. This is a good buy.
Yeah, this is a good buy. Don't sell that one.
Don't ask me how much it's cost.
I'm gonna ask you. Don't sell it though. As soon as you say custom shop,
custom shop used, the prices aren't that bad, but new. I mean, it's team built, it's not master built. You know, like the master built stuff is like $5-6 grand. It's like ridiculous. This guitar was a little over $3. That's the most I've ever spent on a guitar.
That's like my Duesenberg.
And that was like, you know, Robin Ford came out. It was a whole thing. Also, I won a set of pickups that night. I won a free set of custom shop pickups. So I felt like, and I sold those for $350. So not bad. But
you got a killer guitar though.
Yeah. So I won these Tomatillo pickups, they were called. Here, I'll ask you the question that. I'll ask you the I answered a question, and I was the only one in the room who knew the answer to the question to win these pickups. Okay, ready?
What is the question?
The question is,